Hey, it's Samantha29V. Welcome back to my channel. This week I thought I would do another story time because something ridiculous happened. I learned about this at Christmas, but I didn't get the full story until recently, so I'm going to get into it. So this is another ex video. Apparently all my ex-boyfriends are psychopaths, and I don't know how this happens. I feel like I'm the problem at this point. Like, I turn people into psychopaths. It's like that movie Good Luck Chuck, except instead of getting married after we break up, they like go crazy after we break up. So let's all pray for Mitchell that he can survive the curse. So yeah, this is the time my ex-boyfriend went to jail. He wasn't even included in the last ex video. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. It's pretty funny. But I mean, he wasn't the worst, but he definitely wasn't the best. So, I mean, we're not together anymore. Maybe I should give some background on like the history with me and this dude. So me and this dude only dated for like less than 8 months, and we were long distance most of the time. So like it wasn't really that big of a deal, and he was kind of a dickhead. I'm pretty sure he cheated on me, and like that's not confirmed, but like there's a lot of sketchy shit that he did, and I just really didn't like that. And he ended up dumping me because I was suspicious, but I think I had a right to be suspicious, and he didn't comfort me in the least. So also, he was a huge like druggie, mostly like marijuana, which like isn't a huge deal, but he did try like all sorts of other drugs, and I really wasn't into being around that either. He was just a sketchy guy, and I mean, like, why was I with him? I could tell you, like, he was 2 years younger than me, and like I really didn't get a high school experience. So when I started hanging out with him and his best friend, I just felt like I was finally getting that high school experience, you know, like going to like house parties with them. Like, so lame. We weren't supposed to date, and like I feel like we shouldn't have, but we just ended up doing it anyway because like we felt like we had to. And like I was so heartbroken when he dumped me, but I don't even know why. Because, like, I think it was just because I had never been dumped before. Like, I'm one of those people who's like, no, I have to make the decision. You don't get to make the decision for me. And I just, like, couldn't let that go, you know? So something you guys probably don't know about me is I am a crazy stalker over Instagram. I don't stalk my ex on Instagram because he doesn't have one. I do follow his best friend. And I noticed that on his Instagram, it all of a sudden said sentencing date. So a few months go by and it's Christmas, and I went home for Christmas. And at New Year's, I kind of asked like a girl who is like the same age as them about it. Hey, so why does blah blah blah's Instagram say a sentencing date? Like, is he going to jail or something? She was like, oh yeah, him and like 3 other guys robbed his Sobeys with a machete. And I was like, wait, what? And then she goes on, she's like, yeah. And like one of the guys apparently has this huge trust fund because his mom died. That is my ex-boyfriend. The one with the trust fund is my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend got like a ton of money on his 18th birthday because his mom left him a trust fund when she passed away. He was set for like quite a while, so I was like, why the heck would they rob a store, right? I googled about this occurrence, like trying to find the news about it. There literally was no news stories. There's no Facebook posts being shared around. I just ended up letting it go because I didn't know if it was just a rumor or if it was being exaggerated. Well, fast forward another month. So I go into my email and I'm getting my Club Penguin set up. I have this message from Skype, and it's my ex's best friend, the one I was talking about, like that I saw his Instagram. And he was saying like, oh, I know you told my girlfriend that, you know, I cheated and all this. You're right to do so, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the way I acted. I hope you forgive me, and you'll probably never get this message. And I go, what? And so I messaged him back and I was like, like I never said anything because I didn't want to get sucked into that drama. Anyway, he ends up messaging me back. He wanted to catch up or whatever. So we're talking and all of a sudden he goes, did you hear? And I go, just playing dumb. Hear what? Like trying to get more information. And he goes, I'm going to jail on Wednesday. So this was on Monday, and he's going to jail in like 2 days. I was like, oh, why are you going to jail? And he's like, we robbed a Safeway. And I was just like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He was like, I know it was dumb. Like, we deserve what's coming to us, blah, 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 like about jail and stuff. Turns out they had robbed the store at the end of the summer, like back in like July or something. And they had been under house arrest since like August. Well, he had been under house arrest since like August. I don't really know what went on with my ex because I haven't talked to him. But apparently he's been in jail for the last little while. And his friend just went to jail like a week or two ago, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, his best friend just went to jail 2 weeks ago and was under house arrest for like months. And apparently they're going to jail for like 8 months to a year for an armed robbery of a Safeway. If you don't know what that is, it's a grocery store in Canada. And apparently they only got like $400. And I heard there was only 4 of them, so they literally got $100 each. And apparently one of the guys they robbed the store with, ratted them out to the police, and he was like, oh, we would have got away with it too if it weren't for that meddling kid. So yeah. And then I asked him, and I was like, why did you rob the store? Because I was hoping there was some story like, oh, we got caught up with a drug dealer and we owed a bunch of money. Something at least like justifiable a little bit. And he goes, well, we're all moving away out of like our hometown and we just wanted one last hurrah. And I was like, you can go camping. Like literally almost anything is better than robbing a Safeway. He was being all like fuckboy flirty. Like it's one of those fuckboy things where it's like hard to tell, And he was like asking if I wanted to hang out the next day and like if he could call me from prison. A little bit weird, like a little bit weird. Yeah, that's the story, and yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know what else to say about this situation. Like, it's not that exciting. They robbed a store with a machete, like. Anyway, that's my video for this week. I'm sorry I just droned on and on like that, but it is a story time, so whatever. Make sure to subscribe. Bye, guys.